Hi, I'm Annie Zhu. I'm a senior at Bellaire High School in Houston, Texas, and my project is Fresh Hub, where we deliver food that would have been thrown away by grocery stores and bakeries to places that need the food and to populations that are the ones that are underserved.
I'm Chandler Payne. I am a freshman at Williams College, and I'm from Washington, D.C.
Hi, I'm Lillian K. Peterson. I'm from Los Alamos, New Mexico, and I created a model to predict crop yields in every country in Africa 3 to 4 months before the harvest using remote sensing. I wanted to know the impacts of climate change, not just that the climate was changing, because everyone knows that the climate is changing. And I realized that there's nothing more important than food and food security. And food is highly dependent on weather and can become very unstable with climate change. If the US has a bad harvest, well, no one is going to starve. But this is very different in developing countries. So that's why I wanted to change to monitoring crop yields in developing countries, where if there's a food shortage, that can lead to a famine. Also, my family has 3 younger adopted siblings, and they all faced food insecurity in their former homes. And watching them struggle with the developmental delays that come with malnutrition made me realize that malnutrition is lifelong and it hinders brain development. And so in Africa, it doesn't just end with the new harvest or the influx of food aid. We need to stop malnutrition before it develops. So that was also very motivating to me to come up with a model to predict crop yields.
As young people, we have this passion and energy that is so unique, and to really step into that and don't be afraid to unleash it, I think is a really big deal. Urban Beat creates urban farms to offer fresh produce and community work days to people experiencing homelessness and underserved families in the Washington, D.C. area. An urban farm is any piece of land where we're growing food in a urban area, which I guess could be a city, but to me it's also just a developed area, like on a college campus, around buildings, or just somewhere where you wouldn't expect food to be grown.
All of the team members in our club we all had immigrant parents, and we all had the experience where when we came here at first, we didn't have the best resources, and food was one of the big issues that all of our families faced. And we had differing stories within the group of 10 kids. We bring it to multi-service centers located in Kashmir, and Sunnyside, and these are areas that are qualified as food desert regions because there's a lack of grocery stores. A lot of the grocery stores don't go there because they know maybe the poverty rates are too high and people won't be able to afford the fresh food, so they don't even go there at all. And this only makes the cycle of poverty even worse, because if you don't have access to these resources, then you aren't able to achieve that higher standard of living, so it just perpetuates the cycle of poverty. And we wanted to help break that cycle by transporting the food from the grocery stores that had extra. And it also helps solve the issue of food waste as well, which is definitely something that plagues America as well. Due to COVID, there has been a rise in the food insecurity divide between the wealthy and the less wealthy. And I think that a lot of people have stepped up.
We have seen an increased need for the power to grow food during the pandemic, and an increased need to bring that closer to people, particularly because our urban farms are mostly located in schools, and there was now a new barrier for us to address. And so we created the Free Little Farms program, which is a program where our team builds these little container gardens that are small enough to fit into a windowsill, that we deliver to homeless shelters and food pantries for underserved families to pick up and take home, or take to the common room of the shelter and grow food anywhere.
Another huge part of the Fresh Hub journey was learning to connect with the people, the residents that we were serving, because I think it's so easy to have this ambitious goal of helping people, but then you realize you don't really know the people that well that you're trying to help. So we were able to build those connections by having discussions with them and making sure that we were listening to them. We're in a place where we can do things on our own, and we have the capabilities to try and change the world around us.